I feel like the favorite child. Oh my gosh, guys, if you have not been to my channel before and this is the first time you're here, wow, you've clicked on an absolute doozy. This is an amazing unboxing. I have waited the whole year out so far. It's been a long slog to get to this Hermes Quota bag unboxing, and I'm so glad that you could be here to share it with me. So let's have a look at this one together. Okay. Quietly hyperventilating here because we are looking at a very small bag. As you can see, good things come in small packages. For those of you that are Hermes season shoppers, you probably have an idea of what is in here. So let's take off this little tissue paper, and we have a care booklet for leather. And in here we have a teeny tiny bag. And what is in this teeny tiny bag? It is yes, it's a mini Kelly. But what sort of mini Kelly is it? Let's open this up here. It is a mini Kelly with palladium hardware in the chevre leather in the color Argentée. She is a fabulous metallic color and she has been worth the wait. Just look at her sheen. Oh my goodness, the way that the light just goes and bounces off her leather is just wow. Now, chevre leather I don't actually have in a full bag. Chevre leather is often used as the interior lining of bags because they just can't get big enough pieces of goat hide in order to make big bags, and they can often just have to use it for the lining of bags or for small leather goods or for really premium super special bags like this. And the chevre leather is basically a large spectrum of goat leathers. So they're goat leathers from India. They are excellent at absorbing and showcasing vivid colors, just like this one here. And actually they normally do have a little central spine that comes through the center here, traditionally in the past. But this leather is called chamkelite. So the most common chevre leather that you probably know of is the Misor leather, and it's often used as the interior lining of bags, as I said, and it's the new version of Coromandel, chevre Coromandel, which was a chevre vintage style leather, which used to have a more sort of nuanced texture, and you can see this has a really much smaller, subtle one. Then the chevre leather that you might not be aware of so much of is the chamkila, which means shiny. And that shiny leather was then made into a more evolved premium high-end version, which is this chamkelite. And the chamkelite has this amazing ability to impart a delicate metallic powder effect to these silver sorts of bags, and also to the doré, which are the gold bags. And you can see how just luminous the light reflection is on these bags, how they've really honed in on that magnificent ability of these goat leathers to have this natural internal central patina to themselves. And this patina obviously will develop a more graceful patina over time. As I take this bag out and touch it, and the oils on my skin touch it, or it goes out, it's exposed to temperature and sunlight, it will then get an even more fabulous patina. Although I did go vintage shopping a while ago and I saw this really beaten up chevre leather bag. So you do have to be careful that you don't take it to the extreme, but that you sort of over time, slowly, gradually and carefully build up that patina. But you can see that, wow, I mean, just look at how fabulous this bag is. Now this is a fairly sort of light bag, and chevre is known for being lightweight. It does hold its shape really, really nicely. You can see in the Celia style bags it produces that fabulous corner there, and I'm just going to open it up for you to have a little bit of a look at it too. This version is actually a bit more delicate. The chamkelite is more delicate than the Misor, so even though I'm going to want to take this out and have a lot of fun with her, I will have to be careful of corners, and also because she's is a light bag. I do need to be a little bit more careful with things like color transfer against denim and jeans and that sort of thing, and even just black clothing as well, being very mindful of what I'm wearing with it. So you can see a lot of the plastic is still on there. My sales assistant did add the little clips on the side there so that I could try this on, but basically all the plastic is still on, which I'll need to remove. So you can see that the inside is still the chevre leather and it's so soft and smooth. However, it doesn't have that same metallic sheen to it. And I think it's nice that it has that little contrast, but I'm definitely going to have to put some sort of internal lining into this bag before I place things in there. And you can see in there that it has a little small pocket. I am not sure what I'm going to put in that pocket, but it is a very, very teeny tiny pocket, maybe credit cards or tissues or something like that. This has a lot more flexibility to it than my black box mini Kelly, and I like that. I like that I've got two different types of very different leathers in order to contrast with each other. And look, I see this bag as like a really modern version. So the black box one I have is classic, traditional. It has the gold hardware on it. This one is sort of very contemporary, very modern, super sleek and chic and vibrant and young. And I think that that's going to suit a lot of different outfits that the mini Kelly might not have suited as much. So this is indeed fabulous. Now, the story of my unboxing is look, I had been offered other bags. My sales assistant had said to me, look, it's going to be really difficult to get this bag. And to be honest, I didn't think it was going to come through. This is my first Quota bag of the year. I've really waited it out and been extremely patient. And this is of no fault to my sales assistant because I feel like he's been so understanding every time I've brought it up, even though I haven't brought it up a lot of times. He has just said, look, it is a very in-demand bag and they just don't make a lot of them. And so he said, look, I can offer you something else. Is there something else you want to add to your wish list? We can have a chat about some other options. And I did seriously think about, maybe I should just go for a more generic color, something that's easier to get. And look, I am asking for a mini Kelly after just receiving another mini Kelly. So I do understand that it is a little bit crazy for me to do so. And so that also helped me be a little bit more patient. But yes, he did come through in the end. And on the day of the unboxing, a lot of the unboxings that I've done of my Quota bags at my store, look, my store is quite busy, and so they don't always do the unboxings in private rooms. And in fact, very early in my journey, I remember being there and seeing a group of girls unboxing a Kelly Elan, and I had some serious envy seeing that bag being unboxed because I was just thinking to myself, I don't think I'm ever going to be unboxing something as special as that. And I'm so glad that I have now found something as special as that. But this particular time, he did make a point of bringing me into a private room. And so we popped into the private room and he took this out and it just blew me away. And actually towards the end, when we were just having a chat and I was looking at the bag, and of course I had decided to take it, another sales assistant had to pop into the private room to get something, and she actually did a double take and was like, wow, is that an Argente? And yes, indeed it is. It absolutely is. So that has been a testament, of course, to if you are patient at Hermes, great things can happen. They don't always happen because, of course, you have to have a superb SA, which I absolutely do. But I guess, look, this one was a very long wait, and it did make me think, can I put myself through that again? It is really hard to be waiting out a Quota bag. All of you guys that are sitting at home, mulling over your conversations that you've had with your SA, tallying up all of the pre-spend that you've done before and all the conversations that you've had. Yeah, I get it. I've been there. I completely understand how nerve-wracking it is when you just don't know. That is the difficulty of shopping at Hermes. It's the unknown. And look, I certainly do adore many of the new things that are coming out with Hermes. I love there's the new shoes coming out. There's always new ready to wear coming out, and scarves. I mean, there are still plenty of things that are catching my eye. So I will definitely continue along with my journey, and so will you guys come along with me. But I guess, will I invest myself so fully into it in my, I guess, look, it's hard to say. Let's just continue on, see what happens. I'm still all for shopping, but I guess you can probably sense a little bit of weariness. You know, it is hard waiting these bags out and putting yourself through that. So the heart wants what a heart wants. I still want bags. I still love bags. Let's just continue to keep shopping. And just coming back to the central vertical spine that is sometimes, and now recently, sometimes not seen in the chevre bags, whether it's desirable or not. I guess that, of course, depends on each individual person, of course. But I feel that in a light coloured bag like this, you really don't want all the focus of your bag to just be on the central spine. So I sort of like the fact that it is this blanket of beautiful shiny silver that isn't disturbed by the central spine through the middle. But I can see that if you have a very neutral bag, you may want to have that central spine in order to create a little bit of interest in the bag. Now, whether or not it affects the value of resale later on, at this stage, it doesn't seem to be the case. But I think that the fact that they're able to use chevre leather and still use it spectacularly, use it for many different small pieces and still make them special spine or no spine, I don't really think that that's a huge factor to come into play. And I certainly adore this bag for the way that it is at this stage. My understanding of the creation of the Doré and the Argenté bags is that they came into play with the Paris Olympics because they were tied into the fact that there was, of course, these gold and silver medals, and then it sort of really exploded from there when there was a lot of interest from their customers. And they are still seen as very much the rarer and harder to attain colours, and how long they continue to be kept in the cycle of bag creation is hard to tell. And my concern the whole time was, am I going to get one of these bags before they go out of circulation, before the leather and bag makers move on to the next big colour? So I'm so fortunate to have this in my collection, and I'm looking forward to doing some mod shots at some stage and getting them up for you guys to see. But it's been amazing having you guys here for this really unbelievable pinch myself moment, and I will catch you guys soon for the next Hermes unboxing. I'll see you then. Bye.